are you spending your time or are you investing your time? If we stop exchanging time for money, but we invest our time in buying, building, creating assets, they become the economic engines. And so something should happen to us. We're still getting that economic engine performing. And what happens is it gives you your time back. That's why you see all these wealthy people on their planes doing all these things, because they've spent the time building the assets, so they get their time back. And that's, unfortunately, as children, we're taught, go to school, get good grades, and get a job, exchange time for money. And there's nothing wrong with that from a learning perspective. But the true wealth comes from having your time back, because we can make money, lose it, and make it back. But our one commodity we don't get back is time. When it's gone, it's gone. And so it's really important to say, how can I create a life that gives me my time back?
And that makes me think of one of my favorite quotes from Think and Grow Rich. Maybe you could say it better than I can. When the government was interviewing Henry Ford about, like, how are you so knowledgeable? Why should we let you be so powerful? And he said something along the lines of,
I don't need to know everything. I just need to know who to call.
Yeah, that gives you your time back.
That's the power of association.
Mm-hmm. People
at work.
Yeah,
so true.
Love it. That was my favorite one.
But he wasn't afraid to make decisions. That's another thing that's, in Think and Grow Rich. And also I talk a lot about it, and I wrote Think and Grow Rich for women. Being decisive is a very strong attribute for a good entrepreneur. Because if you just that comes back to drifting. Mm-hmm. And I talk about the importance of men and women working together. Women tend to get into analysis paralysis, right? We go back and forth. And you guys tend to be very decisive. So when you come together and you work together, you get even greater results. And of course, when I generalize, I always get in trouble. But that's my experience is, women have a harder time pulling the trigger. And it's important. That's why when they're together as a group, they're more successful as investors, because they encourage each other.
Right.
And so I think it's really important for everybody watching and listening to, download personalsuccessequation.com, but really look at your own situation. How can you put yourself in a position of most potential? Are you attending Azreia? If you're interested in real estate investing, I always recommend Azreia to everybody I see in Arizona as related to understanding what's happening in the industry. You get energized because you hear other people's deals. You get excited. And sometimes you might even find deals if you come to the Azreia meeting. So I really support your organization. You may not have known that before, but I constantly talk about it because I think that's how you find the right people to encourage you to find resources to keep moving forward. Awesome. And it's such an important thing to put yourself in the position of most potential. Two of the things that are in Outwitting the Devil: power of your environment. You have control over your environment. Are you putting yourself where people are less successful than you are? Mm-hmm. It's hard to get motivated. Mm-hmm. Put yourself in a room where people are, energized, where they're going to maybe push you a little bit. They're going to encourage you. Put yourself in an environment of learning and discovery and creativity and curiosity, and worlds of opportunity will open for you.